Hi, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Some may think it's too soon to post another video since I posted one earlier today. However, I really feel inspired and motivated to do this. So for me, motivation and inspiration are only as good as the action that I take as a result of them. So having said that, I posted yesterday about serving and supporting our communities and how are we showing up to make a difference in our community and help out. And one of the things that's happening right here, right now, is we're getting ready for the kids to go back to school. So yesterday I had the opportunity to go to a nonprofit here in San Antonio with the idea that I was going to stuff backpacks. And so I was very excited about that. And when I got there, I'm happy to say to you that there was another opportunity for me to serve and support that nonprofit. And it had to do with going and running errands, picking up supplies and making orders for supplies so that more supplies could be brought to the nonprofit to fill those backpacks. So it was a really exciting opportunity to get to do that, and my friend and I went out and about, and at one of the places we went, there was going to be some time while they gathered the supplies, and so we went to a McDonald's, and we got a drink, and we sat down at this common bar, like a high counter bar. And literally, sitting across from us was a mother with her little boy. And so this mother and her little boy, who was 2 years old, we started talking to them. And we started, it started with the smiles, and then it started with, maybe some baby talk to the baby. And then it led to one thing to another, where this woman and my friend and I, we had a conversation. And throughout the conversation, what we learned was that this woman had been homeless. She was a single parent to this little boy. She is going to school to get a job to be a medical biller. She is working, these are all present tense. She is going to school. She is working as a server in the evenings, and she was having an interview coming up in about 30 minutes after we were talking to her for another job in another place where she thought that she could make more money. She had taken her little boy to see the movie Toy Story 4, which he's a huge fan of. And so it was very poignant sitting there and listening to her trust us with some very, very personal information. What I loved about this woman and talking with her is that there was no shame, there was no withholding, there was no feeling of less than. She was just very forthright. She felt very respected, I'm certain. She felt very trusting, I'm very certain. And the reason I'm certain is because people don't necessarily share information with you at that deep level if they don't have some kind of connection with you. So my question to you is, how long is a stranger? Are you the kind of person that interacts with other people through a smile, through a conversation, through whatever? And how long is that person a stranger? What I'll share with you is that my way of going about this is I always look to make smiles. I always look to engage in conversation, and I always look to make strangers people that I know. Now, I gave this woman my business card more for contact information in case she wanted to reach out to me later. I had no expectation of her doing that. I have no expectation of what will come from it. What I know is in that present moment, we had a really amazing conversation. I felt a lot of things that a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to accomplish. I mean, let's face it, she's sharing her deepest parts of her life in a conversation with a complete stranger in a matter of 7 to 10 minutes. So I invite you to test this. I invite you to see how you interact with strangers. How do you show up? Eliminate the bias around gender. Eliminate the bias around introverts and extroverts. Eliminate any other bias that you could chalk up to and say, I don't do it because of this. Be free. Encourage yourself to do this. Encourage yourself to serve and support your community one person at a time. And just see what happens with it, because clearly I felt supported. Clearly I felt like I was served yesterday by her. I mean, the fact that she shared so much information in such a short period of time that was so deep really meant a lot to me. And the fact that we cared about her and we sent her off on her job interview with a good luck and, told the little boy to have a really great nap. That's all it takes to make a difference in somebody else's life. So, how long is a stranger a stranger? What is it that you're doing to connect to other people? And how is it that you're serving and supporting your community and making it bigger and better for you and for others? With much gratitude.